Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sean from Made Up Theater, and I am recording technically an episode of MUT Tips. This one's a little different today. I'll be honest, I wasn't really feeling like doing MUT Tips. I wasn't very focused on like what my agenda for this video would be. Very distracted right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go sit down at my computer station and put up my green screen. This is a green screen. I'm not at Made Up Theater. So, yeah, that's my background. It's kind of messy. But I wanted to just do a video, not so much giving a tip. I want to emphasize just the most important concept of improv, and that's empathy. So in improv, we strive for that because it creates connections. And that's what we need in improv, because we go up on stage without having any idea what we're about to do or say. And having that connection with somebody helps us be kind of okay with that. And we can only achieve true empathy through just active listening. You know, a very wise person once said, listening is the willingness to change. And that is very, very true in improv as well, because we might make choices that if they're not listened to, they won't provoke change in our scene partner. And that's just something I want to focus on, is just listening. Is, you know, if you want a tip, like to truly actively listen to your scene partner, it can involve a lot of things. Like it might involve repetition, like taking something your scene partner said and just repeating it back to them. Like if they say, "I love you," you might say back to them, "You love me?" And, you know, whatever emotional, emotion you want to attach to that is great, because you honored their choice, and just by saying it, you kind of feel it more. And you know, listening's tough. We get stuck in our heads a lot. I've had moments when I've just realized I'm not listening in a conversation, and I've been in conversations when I realize they're not listening to me. It's something that is very universal. We all experience it because we're just stuck in our heads, and it's just something we need to actively work on. Is like truly be in that moment and listen to your scene partner, because every scene starts as just a little seed in the ground, and that seed could just disappear and just be, you know, consumed by the earth. Or based on active listening, it can grow into something. You know, that's how yes and in improv, that's how it occurs, is through listening. Yes is listening to the scene partner and saying, yes, that is the choice you made, and I'm validating it. And then we'll add on to it, obviously. So I wanted to give you like a little exercise, one of my favorite exercises that I learned from Jason Schatz from the improv group Dummy. Very talented instructor, and this is one of my favorite exercises that I use a lot for newer groups or groups that have been together for a while. And you're just being yourself in this. There's no characters or anything. You're just improvising as you. And it's called I love. And the way it starts is one person begins by saying I love, and then a true statement, something that they're passionate about. It could be something that's mundane or simple, whatever you want. It's your choice. So just, it's the best choice in the world. So, you know, I might come out and say, to start the game, I love when I'm driving in my car and one of my favorite songs is playing. And when I get to the destination, I turn off the ignition right as the song ends. That's an example. The main thing is just try to make your statements specific, okay? Because the more specific they are, the more inspiration you give to your scene partner. Everyone else is listening to whoever's saying the I love statement, and somebody takes focus and says the next I love statement. But ideally, you want to try to see if you can take something from what the previous person said. So it could be a concept. So like my statement was specific in the sense that, you know, it involved driving, music, destination, synchronicity. You know, it can just be involved about going somewhere, anything like that. As long as through the direct result of listening, it inspires something in you. Boom. That is the goal. And, you know, active listening, like, you know, if I came out and just said, I love driving, that's a simple sentence, and not everybody can necessarily relate to that. But through like a specific choice that we make, we can inspire that connection in others. So that's why I say be specific. If you're struggling to be specific, a good way to do it is just, you know, add the word because, you know, like I love dancing because, and then the reason why, because the reason why is something that people can relate to. I love dancing because at the end of a work week, it allows me to just get on the dance floor and de-stress and just like focus on the weekend. That is more open for other people to latch onto and connect with you. So that's a fun game to play. It's a great conversation-based game. Great way to start the day. I think we focus on negativity a lot in the world, and I think the I love statement allows us to focus on the connection aspect, And that's my MUT tips today. A little different. Hope to be back in more of a normal setting next week. But thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be kind to each other, and I will see y'all next time for another episode of MUT Tips. Bye.